So I keep doing these every so often just to remind myself. I mean, this chapter is about to come to an end. I say chapter. My son is in 8th grade, and we're in April. We're almost done. He's almost done high school, and he literally just auditioned for and earned his spot in the best marching band in the entire country. He's he's a member of the Pride of Broken Arrow. That's awesome. I'm a former teacher in Broken Arrow, and I've been a trumpet player for 30 plus years. I He picked trumpet. I didn't force trumpet. That's like we practice together. I get to be his teacher, but I didn't force him. I didn't push it on him. It's something he picked, and he's earned his own stripes. This kid, he's part of 100-year lineage. Like my teachers go all the way back to like Eldon Benj and Ren Shilke, and I I'm just like in awe of my almost 14-year-old son. And I just dropped him at his mom's house, and I'm making my standard 100-mile a day trip. This is what I do every time I see my son. I drive 100 miles. It's 20, give or take 24 miles back, round trip from work, something like that. And then it's like it averages up to about 100 miles. And I've been doing this since he was 4 years old. And he is about to be 14. That means, oh my God. And I'm just realizing that we've been doing this for like a decade. Wow. Hold on. I'm parking real quick. I'm literally realizing this in like real time. That, yeah, we've been doing, hold on. I need a minute. Like at this point, over half of his life, I'd say almost three-quarters. We got divorced when he was 4, almost 5, that summer. And wow, is it really? Damn. Has it really been a decade? I feel like my life began. Okay, I'll put this into perspective. I was married to his mom for like 5 years. We were together for 2 years before that, and things started to go sideways like 3 weeks into our marriage. And that's without me knowing like the stuff that I know now, which again, you can't be like, I wouldn't have done this, I wouldn't have done that, because my kid is. I always wanted to be a good dad. Like, I always wanted to be a good dad. Not just a dad. But like, here's your check or whatever. Here, go off and play or go outside. Don't come back till the lights are on. No, I wanted to be a good dad, like involved in my kid's life. And one of the best role models that I ever had, unfortunately lost his son almost a year ago. And, he taught me, Zach taught me literally everything that I know about being a good dad. If your kid is into something, you're into it. Like, I don't, and we just had this discussion tonight. He has gotten very much into, he just bought an Xbox. My son bought his own Xbox. He saved the money, he did the work. I'm praising him right now. He's earned it. And he's getting into Fortnite like every other teenage kid. And it is one of those things, like, I saw the Eminem Fortnite event. I watched that with him. We watched that together. But I see him play. I see him go live on Twitch. I watch him play, and it's cool. The graphics are insane. But like, I am old school. I would rather, this is my generation. I'd rather sit down with my PS2, or hell, I'd honestly rather go to an arcade where there are games and play like old school TMNT or old school Street Fighter 2 or Mortal Kombat, or like the old X-Men game, like that, stuff like that. Or honestly, because I did grow up with a Pac-Man tabletop game. Like, that's one of the things my dad actually did have for me to play with. I don't know how he managed that, but yeah, I had a tabletop Pac-Man game. So, like, there are certain areas of this state I still hold the high record. I'm not even joking. Like, there's a burger place up here on 71st Street that, unless they've like reset the machine, Burgers in Paradise in Tulsa, I should still have the high score. And I set that in like 2017, 2018. So that was well before the pandemic. Yeah. So I would rather play old school games. And we had this conversation of like, I understand that this is your thing. And I am not supposed to, like, I don't understand all of it. And maybe I'm not supposed to. Because I had my thing that was separate from my parents. They had their thing that was separate from it's a generational thing. And I love watching them play, but again, I would rather, like, I'd rather mix music. I'd rather play my trumpet. I'd rather listen to some records than sit down and play a few hours of a video game. That's my generation. That's me. Him, completely different. He loves getting lost in his games, and that's cool. I mean, he was building entire worlds in Minecraft when he was 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, and now he's just expanded into something else. But he still found time to practice. He still found time to do the work on his trumpet, on his horn, and he earned a spot. And I mean, I've I've gotten messages from some old professors of mine. I've gotten messages from old band director friends, some trumpet teacher friends. Um, it is really nice when people are reaching out and like, "Hey, man, I heard your kid." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I'm actually really excited because this is like the Broken Arrow marching band has this really good reputation. They are phenomenal, and the marching band I was in high school, as good as we were, like we weren't big. We weren't big at all. We we like, maybe one year had 120, and that's it. And that was like the biggest. We marched like 60 one year. We literally marched 60 people one year, 1996. I'll never forget. But no, my son is a part of a pretty astonishingly well crafted machine that produces good players. And I've got to say, I mean, I'm more proud of him for doing the work and having the attitude of I'm here to play, I'm here to do my job, he does his schoolwork. The complete opposite of what I was like at that age. I mean, I was chasing anything that smiled at me. Yeah, I do remember getting caught kissing a girl behind the stage during a play practice one time because they went ahead and lifted the curtains as I kissed. Yeah, that was fun. Never gonna forget that one. Her older brother ended up trying to run me over with a car later that week, and he is now a teacher at our old high school. Every time I see him, I bring that up. I'm like, "Hey, man, you remember that time you almost hit me with your Mustang twice?" Yeah, yeah. And I always say it in front of his students too to make sure. Pasky. So why am I making this video? I'm simply just reminding myself that like in a year when this pops up on my feed, my kid finished middle school with flying colors, and honestly, if something were to happen to me, he has the complete and total autonomy over everything that I own, and I'm 100% confident he would be okay. It'd be a little painful for him, obviously, if I'm not here, but I've seen this kid take on challenges that fully grown adults would have trouble with, and he's just so laid back about it. I really, truly admire my son for the person he is and for the person he's going to become. And I just wanted to say it while it was on my mind. Jack, I really, really love you, and I'm so king proud of you, dude. Keep it up. It's it is the coolest thing to watch you grow into a young man. I mean, damn, dude, I was just bringing you home from the hospital like yesterday, and you're about to be a freshman in high school. Like, time just flies. So, anybody who has younger kids, take as many pictures and videos as you can. Because someday, I mean, you can see it, the feeling is there. I love my kid.